position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to Husky Stadium, home of the Washington Huskies. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the UCLA Bruins, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Bruins will kick it away to start us off. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Direct snap. Finds enough room to get it to the 21 before going out of bounds. Let's talk for just a second about Washington. They lose in the semis last year. Any potential for a hangover this season?
I don't think so, and I think they obviously didn't finish last season the way they wanted to, but having the success they had, David, that opened the eyes to a lot of portal players around the country. They wanted to come here knowing they could build on that and take the next step.
And sometimes it takes those steps, Jesse. Like, you've got to crawl before you walk. And this team, they tasted it. They know what it feels like. They know what it's like.
Hits the afterburners. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. Washington wants to go quickly. Looking to pass. It's Fleck. He's got him. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Might be changing the route. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Looking to scramble. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Gets the back moving. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He fires one deep down the right side. It's incomplete, and the defense makes a stop and gets the football back.
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they were aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on fourth down. No dice. Now you put your defense on the field. I like the aggressiveness, but now you got to deal with some of the consequences.
They'll go to the ground. Makes his man miss. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. From the gun, running back on the move. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on third down? And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds.
Well, there you see the speed on defense. Offense trying to attack him with the run game to the outside, but how about the defense's ability to shed blocks, go east-west, and rally to the ball carrier, forcing him out of bounds for a loss.
Fourth down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the Bruins will go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Pocket breaking down. Makes a catch. First down and maybe a lot more. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
And that is the advantage of having versatility at the running back position, right? It's fourth down. Everyone in the stadium thinks he's going to get the handoff, but because of his ability to catch the football, he's a weapon in the passing game. And on a critical down distance like that, comes up with a huge first down.
Bring in the heat. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete. Second and 10. He'll throw again. Got it behind the line. It's Callaway. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. On third and long, try to convert through the air. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
QBs and receivers on third down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
4th down, and this crowd trying to help this defense rise to the occasion. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Under fire. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
All right, guys, let's chat for just a moment about Washington. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. Looking for a man. It's flat. Zings it complete to the right. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down.
Really nice job by the defense there. You're trying to force the quarterback to throw the football in front of you and allow your guys to square up and make a tackle out in space. You got to force the ball carrier to do something special after the catch. Not able to do it there, so really nice tactic by the defense.
Making side adjustments here. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. It's complete to the left. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the 4th down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. 4th down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could.
Turning it on! Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down.
That's a really good-looking run, too. And when you think back to Washington football, you talk a lot about the quarterbacks they've had, these great aerial assaults, but they've always needed to have balance as well. You get that by running the football, and this guy really helps keep defenses honest because they don't know what's coming at them. With a weapon like him in the backfield, he really makes this offense go.
This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
Well, right away after picking up the 1st down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on 1st down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
The offense changing the play. Wants to throw. It's flat. Firing to the right, complete. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the catch. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that first quarter. First play of the period will be a second down. Back to pass. Makes the grab. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain. Washington right back to the line. He's going to look for a man on third and short. Fires on the move. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He'll try to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
I love the defense's approach on this drive. They didn't panic. They gave up some yards, but what did they do? They forced a third down, a predictable situation, played great discipline, broke on the football, and forced the big interception.
The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. You could probably question the decision to pass on a field goal last time, and they came up empty on that previous drive, Jesse.
I just think in this offense, it's going to come down to critical down and distances, right? Down in the red zone, third down, fourth down. I like them being aggressive. They just got to do a better job executing.
Yeah, and they kind of know what the defense gave them last time. So let's be more aggressive and take advantage of that defense on this drive.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's got it on the right. And he goes down after making the grab. Picked up a few, but he's still short of the first down marker.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
You can feel and hear the purple rain all the way across Lake Washington. Third down coming. They'll try to run for it. Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
The Bruins will snap it on first and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Dumps it to the back. Found the spot in the defense. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Really nice throw there. I'll tell you, UCLA, they've got an impressive history book of quarterbacks, going all the way back to Rick Neuheisel. Troy Aikman is a name people will recognize. Caden McNown back in my day. And then recently, DTR was carving up defenses too, throwing it. Got to be able to make good decisions. You got to be able to deliver strikes through the air. And this guy right now is doing just that.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about it.
No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to Husky Stadium, home of the Washington Huskies. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the UCLA Bruins, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Bruins will kick it away to start us off. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. He'll be out of bounds short of the 25 at the 22-yard line. To the single running back. Solid run, picks up 6 and gets it to the 28. Let's talk for just a second about Washington. They had quite the ride last year, made it to the semifinals, couldn't finish the deal. Regression or redemption?
And today we're going to find out. And that's what's cool. Last year did not finish the way they wanted to, but they did get to the playoff. That is an accomplishment. Now, did that raise the level of intensity for these guys for a whole offseason, Jesse? And do they come out better?
I think it has. I think the sense of urgency on this team has actually gone up. There were a lot of people patting them on the back last year. Yeah, you didn't win it all, but you made it to the playoff. Nice job. They're hungrier than they were a season ago. Let's see if that shows itself here today.
Dropping back, it's flat. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
And the Huskies come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Huskies come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Might be calling a hot route. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Extra grab. Nice job to get it past the sticks and then get him down at the 35. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Moves around to clear up the vision. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down. All right, guys, let's chat for just a moment about Washington. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
It'll be 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Fleck. It's complete to the right. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. This is either complete confidence or a hint of recklessness. Opening drive, 4th down, own territory, going for it. Trying to get it to the marker. They'll mark him down right there, and that'll be enough for a Washington first down.
There are not a lot of head coaches that I think are willing on their opening drive to go for it on 4th down, especially in that kind of field position. But this head coach ain't scared. He believes in his running back. He believes in his offensive line to go pick it up, and that's exactly what they did.
Washington has a lot of things working, set up with another first down. To the ground, he's got it again. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
And the Huskies can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Power football with the run. Breaks into the open. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Husky.
How about that first drive by the offense? Usually script the first 10 plays. Well, I had one extra. It only took 9. Great job moving down the field, stringing plays that look like other plays together, and getting this opening drive touchdown.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Coming out with it, it's Burks. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll give it to the back. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every quarter. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. They get enough.
check in game one, but you're not going to hold him in check for long. And right out the gates, getting a sack in the second ball game, that will not be his last sack of the season. This dude is a ball player.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Got his man to the left. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field to score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big third down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
The Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
They came ready to play, guys. Offense goes right down the field on their first drive to score a touchdown. Another defense is playing lights out. Second sack of this opening drive. And one thing this coach does a great job of, he gets his team ready to go, and you're seeing it here on the big stage.
And the Bruins with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Snap it to the back. And they get him down.
I think the OC would have been really happy with a small gain and an easier third down. But how about the effort by the running back to get this close? He saw the first down marker, tried to get to it, got close enough now where it's an easy situation on third down. And shoot, and I got fourth down in my pocket if I want to go for it.
Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on third down? They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. The Bruins racing to the line in a hurry-up.
Man, I love when offenses are not afraid to run the football consecutive times in a row or multiple times in a row. I know everybody wants to air it out, but man, getting that ground game established, making those linebackers and safeties come up and know that we're going to run the football, I like the way they started this football game.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
That's a nice-looking run. That reminds me of Jonathan Franklin, Maurice Jones-Drew, Zach Charbonnet. In recent years, they've had a lot of ability at the running back position. How about this name, though? Little-known fact. The great Jackie Robinson also played running back for UCLA, and you know he's smiling down from heaven watching that last carry.
Makes the grab on the left. There he goes. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So after the break, they'll go back to work. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Buying some time. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, UCLA! Can these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and they'll get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he's not going to take the touchback. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown? There he goes. He's at the 40, at the 20. Touchdown, Washington. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible because he'll make it happen.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And here's the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Defense in press coverage. 2nd down, he'll throw it. The throw to the outside is complete. Moves up to the 34-yard line, give him a 10-yard pickup.
Well, one thing you got to say about this guy is he's very, very poised. He knew he had that defender bearing down on him. He got... right as he threw it. Still, though, it didn't affect his accuracy. Nice job getting that completion.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. The give to the back. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. You can become a star making efficient plays and getting first down, sort of like a Mark Harmon kind of way to play quarterback for the Bruins.
And then you become a big star. And in Hollywood, what a town to do it. Obviously, create some excitement, create some momentum, go to a Rose Bowl, just do big things at UCLA.
Quick screen to the speedster out wide. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
My old coach coach said, you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Picked up some yardage with that completion, now second down. Looking to fire. Going deep. Got it in stride inside the 20. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
And the Bruins have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Smashes through the tackle. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. The corners are walked up tight. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. This crowd knows when to bring it. Just going to keep it after the snap. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Bruins.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Leaves it with the back. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. Washington wants to go quickly. Let's talk for just a second about Washington. They start the season in the top 10. Ideal position to make a run. But what do they need to avoid?
Well, I think you avoid the talks about me and where we're at, because that doesn't matter. This team's got a lot to prove. It's a very talented team, but they got to start the season off fast. That first impression makes a big deal in all these voters, Jesse.
Yeah, I think a lot of these players are hungry to prove that top 10 ranking is legit. But talking to some of their guys too, David.
Trying to get behind the defense. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Back to throw, it's flat. Here's a heat. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You get the ball out, but when things break down, they get off schedule. You've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
The Huskies are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Quarterback making adjustments. Try to get it to the edge. Running to Green. Turning it on. Finally run out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. They'll mark it at the 18. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. From the red zone, looking for a man. Finds his big tight end. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. The clock is not their friend. Got to get everybody to the line quickly. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He's going for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Huskies.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. UCF found a way to pull out a victory. It wasn't vintage Knights football today. Those folks in Orlando won't remember this one forever, but they will remember it was a W. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Hey, Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Give to the running back. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Working that left side now. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark it out of bounds at the 46.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got his man out of the backfield. And he has run out of bounds as they go backwards there and just avoided the contact. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. He's got an open man. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
That chunk play has them in business, set up with a 1st down in the red zone. Here they're trying to get to the edge. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
This is a hard defense to run to the outside against because of their speed. You saw in that last play their ability to go sideline to sideline, win at the point of attack as they shut down that sweep play.
Yeah, and it's also hard when you get in the red because what do we do on defense? We bring it.
Got some room into the goal line. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, UCLA.
Nice Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for two, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Just about 30 seconds to go in the half. How aggressive do you want to be here? Looking downfield, it's Fleck. He wants to go deep. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Touchdown, Huskies. A great catch and run for 6.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we got our work cut out for us in this game.
And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, they're after him. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Looking downfield, and time is running short. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
And I think there's a difference between aggressiveness and recklessness. You're backed up, man. You're going to take shots right now, force the ball into coverage. The defense makes the pick. And how about this? In scoring position, very little time on the clock. Got a chance to put some points on the board before you go into the half.
And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. And they'll kick it from the left side, a 44-yard try. He needed a little late boost from the crossbar, but he gets it to go through. And that will extend their lead even further. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Washington ready to kick off to start this second half. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They had a really productive first half, but in a game like this, they better keep it up.
You know, at halftime, the offense and defense separate, and they kind of go over their own adjustments. You know the offense was saying to themselves very quietly, guys, we're not going to stop anybody. We got to keep scoring if we're going to win this game. So the pressure's on them here in the second half, David.
Yeah, and you get the ball first. And so it's been a high-scoring first half. You get to go out here now and make a statement. Start this half, say, listen, we're going to keep scoring points, and then maybe help alleviate some of that pressure on your defense.
They opened up this drive, getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's first down again. The screen, he's got wheels. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. The Bruins in the hurry-up.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
To the air on first down. Gets it out fast. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
And the Bruins come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
And everything looked good on that play. The receiver does a really good job of pushing up field and then coming inside. But what happens when you come inside? You start coming to all those bodies and those linebackers, those safeties come into play. And those alligator arms sometimes get a little bit short.
Got him downfield. He goes out of bounds after the big play, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that one's about. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. And now on second down for this offense. They just keep firing. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Got rid of it just in time.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in, and that is a good sign for this offense.
You can feel and hear the purple rain all the way across Lake Washington. Third down coming. He tries to take the top off. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He'll take a shot. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
I love when defenses are smart enough to swat the ball down. Don't go for the pick, especially on fourth down. They knock it down. You get the ball anyways. Nice job by the defender.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Here's the handoff. Finds a little space. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
And the Huskies in a good spot here with second and short. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Jones. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
It's a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Quick release by the QB. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To the air, it's flat. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. I think that receiver really had 2 choices there. Catch the ball, or he was going to wear it in his chest.
Yeah, he was going to be maybe taking an ice bath after too many of these crow routes. He catches them in the body like that. This quarterback has a cannon arm. The receiver found the soft spot in the zone, and, man, the quarterback gave him no choice.
Trying to get the corner. Knocked down in the backfield, and, boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, 3rd quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
Quarterback keeps him. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
Handoff from the gun. And they're able to get a 3rd down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th. This would likely be a chip shot for the field goal kicker, but they want the touchdown instead. They'll go for it on 4th down. They want to run this quarterback. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
4th and 1, I got to know my situation. I got to know I can't mess around as a running back. I got to get through the hole, make the 1st down. No matter what, if I got to run somebody over, I'm running straight downhill, straight for those sticks, making sure I get that 1st down.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Washington.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in this one in the MAC that just finished up. Ohio took care of business today. I think their coach had their attention all week, and the end result was a focused group of Bobcats that fired on all cylinders. Guys, I look at the preseason coaches poll and compare it to where the back is right now, and man, what a difference.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Makes the grab. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. The Bruins want to move quickly. Second down, they'll go to the air. Flips it out to the back. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29. New set of downs after the completion.
And on defense, you make the tackle after the catch for a first down. Now you got to go get lined up again because the offense is going fast.
He'll throw it. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
At this point, trailing by a lot, the defense is expecting you to throw it. If you're going to throw over the middle of the field, the window's going to open and close quickly. You got to have better timing to complete that throw. They just didn't have it there.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. They're working that left side. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. They bring him down. He's got a first down, but that might be the final play of the third quarter. If you like old school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who starred through the first 3 periods. One final period to play, and we'll see who can grab that W as we start the fourth. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Kane. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
And that's kind of crazy. I didn't think that would happen coming into this football game. I didn't think we'd get in the fourth quarter and just call his name. This offense, man, he is a big play, dynamic weapon. They got to continue to get him the ball more because he can make enormous plays for your offense.
Gets it to the back. Creates a little space. Corralled and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business. And the Bruins, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Looking for the score. Makes the grab. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins.
And you're really starting to see the chemistry that this guy is developing with his quarterback. They hooked up for a touchdown in the first game. They do it again here. These two are on the same page.
Play the analytics here, and you go for 2. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab for the 2-point conversion as they cut further into that lead.
I like it. Nice execution. Catch the football. Get it out of your hand. Nice rhythm, nice timing for that 2-point conversion.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Running behind that left side. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, running back gets to give. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far.
And this defense and their team, honestly, has just built some momentum here in this fourth quarter, man. And I'm interested to see this offense and if they can respond, if they can be physical, if they can run the football, they can make some plays here in this fourth quarter.
Quarterback making checks. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. It's complete on the right side. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. To the air, it's Fleck. There's the pressure. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. The Bruins want to pick up the tempo. DB's right up on the receivers. They'll give it to him again. He's stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Hauls it in. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on 3rd down? Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Quarterback moving. Hauls it in, the 1st down and more. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, UCLA!
That is such a great job by the offense, putting together a touchdown drive when they needed it most. Not a lot of time left to go, but if their defense can get them the ball back, they've got an opportunity to kick a field goal and walk out of here with a win.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well to not give back that last score. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Nudges ahead for one out to the 16. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8, he might want another play. Looking downfield, it's flat. Got the quick pass. Oh, he's got some space. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the fourth quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the first down, a few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Motion from the back. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Washington.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. He wants to change this route. Dropping back, it's flat. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already gotten the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Leaves it with the running back. Breaks into the open. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. This upset bid has been brewing since the start of the game, seemingly, and they are in a world of hurt at this moment, guys.
Yeah, keep the pedal to the floor, right? Don't let up. You've done a great job. You're the perceived underdog. You've taken control of this football game. Jesse, you got the formula right now. You got them right where you want them.
Yeah, they've thrown caution to the wind in this game, right, David? I mean, they came in knowing they'd have to take some chances and they'd have to be open and free, and it's worked to their advantage. Now's not the time to get tight if you're the underdog winning this game late.
From the 30-yard line on first down. They're going to ride this running back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Running back searching for a hole. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
Well, I understand they're trying to catch the defense off guard by running the football, expecting them to be in some kind of zone coverage, but you're trailing late in the game. You're going to have to throw to win it, and that's what I'd expect them to do on this next play.
You can feel and hear the purple rain all the way across Lake Washington. 3rd down coming. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
I love the play called running the football here in the 4th quarter because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. You just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot turn it over.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that's why he is an all-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
And this offense trying to be physical inside the 5-yard line. I get it, but I tell you what, Paul, this quarterback has earned some trust from me with the day he's had.
Yeah, and right now he's thinking, put the game in my hands. I'm playing well, and I've seen the defense well. I see what they're doing from a coverage standpoint. Count on me to throw a touchdown here and help out our team.
Big-time moment. This place going bananas, cheering for their squad, cheering for this guy to miss the kick so he can't take the lead, but he delivers in the clutch, and this place just got really quiet.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, but not before he gets it out to the 40-yard line. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. Back to throw, it's flat. Pressure coming. They fought to the bitter end, and the final incompletion puts a